Hi, welcome everyone to our
Yes,
fourth anniversary.
the Cote,
We had
Mr.
obviously
Magician.
hoped to make a big event this year in Montreal. We were going to invite all of you to come over. We're going to have balloons and animals and balloon animals.
Oh, balloon
We
animals.
obviously had to
Hey,
change plans
I need a balloon
because of the
animal
current
charm right now.
situation. The good news is everybody at Behavior is now working from home. Huge kudos to our IT team for making that possible very smoothly. And now we're all safe and sound at home. So today we're going to do things a little differently. We're going to have people talk to you from the safety of their home. We're going to present you a lot of really cool content, stuff that's coming in the roadmap for this year.
Oh,
We're going
roadmap!
to talk about the mobile game, because obviously we just shipped
What's up,
on
Smash?
mobile a few weeks ago. And we are very excited to introduce you to a few people from that team and to make sure that they can tell you what they have in store for you. We're also going to go over the community, which is you, by the way. Thank you
Which
very
is
much
us.
for being part of that awesome group.
The Wizards.
We're going to talk about what it means to us, what comprise the community, and how our community team is built and how it works to make all of your dreams come true, or most of them.
Most of them?
Some of them are just weird. All right. We're
Shirtless
also going to
Myers.
talk about a few really cool things. For instance, I want to take a moment to talk about something we did 4 years ago. We talked in the past about trying to be as generous as we can on Dead by Daylight. And one of the things we did 4 years ago was release a little thing called the charity case. So the charity case is a very big package of, I think, 28 items featuring a lot of influencers and content creators from around the world. And all the profits, 100% of the
Dude, look at
profits
that
on
chat.
this
It's just going
goes
absolutely
to a
insane.
thing called the Brain and Behavior Research Fund, which is a cause that's very
Oh, they're going to do another
us.
cosmetic pack?
And I'm very happy to say
Available?
that in the last few months, we've now raised over $1 million. Well, you've raised more than $1 million for that very worthy cause. So
that's
thank you
actually
very
insane.
much for that. It's still up if you want to grab it, if you haven't already. And know that if you do that, you actually you're going to help a lot of people do some good work. So other than that, we're also going to talk today about the upcoming content for Dead by Daylight. We'll see if we have time to get into that.
We'll see.
The end of the show.
We'll see if we have time.
In the meantime, I also want to say there's a few things that we're going to go over maybe a little quicker than we would have liked. That's because we also want to take the time to do deep dives on some of these subjects, and we'll do panels, and we'll do blog posts, and we'll do videos and Q&As and all these different methods that we have to communicate with you. We want to make sure that we give you all the information about all these subjects that are dear to you. This year was filled to the brim with new stuff. We put a lot of work in delivering content. We had talked about a few things on the anniversary last year, and since then we've delivered so much stuff. First, Ghostface came to the game, which was almost a surprise, but really kind of a big deal.
That was
then
awesome,
we had the Stranger Things chapter. I don't know if you remember that. First time we had 2 survivors in the game. An amazing foray into a TV show, the Netflix show that was the biggest thing at the moment. It's still today one of the biggest things out there. Then we released The Cursed Legacy, which was the first time we went back to tell even more of the backstory of some of our characters. And then we just released The Chains of Hate, which was a completely new take on the horror setups that we tend to do with the game. And the first gun in the game. We also, this year, released the archives. It's easy to forget that it wasn't in the game, but now it's such a huge and important part of the rhythm of the game and the content there. We've released 3 new tomes for the game, and each one of them came with some improvements to the feature and new types of content.
Yeah, that's good, Carl.
We've also did a major update on Freddy,
DLC, Carl.
a much-needed update on Freddy that I think you liked. We did the same for the Doctor and made it kind of a big deal.
Doctor's really good now.
We have released our dedicated servers as we had promised.
They've done a lot of work.
They are on every single platform. Obviously, there's a lot more work to do on the dedicated servers, but it's such a better platform for us to work on. It's a much more solid thing. We'll talk a little bit more about it in a few moments.
Clown buffs win.
We also installed a disconnect penalty, which I'm happy to say
has been a big year.
Reduced the disconnect rate by 35% across.
That's
all
actually
the
pretty good too.
That's
disconnect rate down.
Improvement on the quality of life. We also launched on Switch this year. We then launched on mobile this year.
Yeah.
We are now on pretty much every platform out there, and we'll continue for the few that are left that we haven't touched yet. We then released what I believe might be the most impressive piece of content, I want to say ever created in the history of video games, but I might be overstating it just a little bit. Bunny Fong came out, finally.
We finally got the bunny.
I'm very, very proud to say that in the last
bunny
month,
physics,
we just broke all of our records by having
the
over
flop
a
physics
million daily users.
Wow,
that means 1 million people played the game in one form or another during a single day. That's crazy.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Then we also broke another number this year. More than 20 million people now have played Dead by Daylight, and you're part of that.
That's pretty awesome.
Thank you. And that's it. Now we're going to go and talk about the roadmap and really what's in store for next year. Take it away, me.
Love you, Matthew. Yeah. Take it away, me.
Let's get started.
Okay, yeah, that was recorded. This is him live.
Need no introduction, but still, we'll give them one. Jérôme and Stéphane.
Hi everyone, I am Jérôme, the Senior Product Manager on Dead by Daylight. I am in charge of the roadmap, so basically defining the features to be implemented in the game.
Tell us the roadmap.
Today, I'm Stéphane Beauchamp. I'm producer on Dead by Daylight, and my job is to execute along with the team the roadmap Jérôme is putting together.
All right, game health is always a subject that keeps coming back. Last year we had a big discussion about it. I think that regularly we talk about game health. It's something that's going to be at the top of our concern for a long time. Let's dig a little bit more into what it means specifically, at least for the next year for us. Let's start with dedicated servers, which was a big improvement this year. Stéphane, you want to talk about it?
Absolutely. The transition to dedicated servers has been a really challenging experience, but also very exciting.
His room is really
empty. We're happy
empty.
to be behind that transition and migration, but there's a lot of ways in which we would like to continue improving gameplay experience on dedicated servers. This is going to happen through 3 specific features that will integrate over the next year or so. The first one is we're planning on increasing the rate at which our server runs, which is going to have a positive impact on the latency between the player doing an action or doing an input on the client, and that actually having an effect
He's in
on
a
the
wind
server.
tunnel.
That being said, even by reducing this as much as we can, the network limitations always force a minimum amount of latency. Because of that, there's always moments where what you see on your client isn't exactly the same as what's actually happening on the server. So we're adding movement extrapolation to various characters to make sure what you see is as close as we can from what's actually happening on the server.
Yeah, maybe you can actually vault through the windows
now? There's
now?
always going to be these things that happen, and in order to prevent that from having a negative impact on the gameplay, we're looking into adding a validation on server and client side of things to make sure any gameplay critical action, whether it is using an interaction, doing an interrupt, doing an attack, landing a hit properly, etc., these are all going to get validated on both sides to make sure no one's actually getting cheated out or into a hit.
Yeah, I don't want to get cheated anymore.
Probably one of the most frustrating experiences.
Tired of getting hit when the pallet's in front of the spirit. Remember that play against the spirit where she broke the pallet and then downed me in the same in the same moment?
The next thing I want to talk about, which is, I mean, it's a subject that we've talked about since day one on Dead by Daylight, matchmaking. It's always going to be a intense subject of conversation. There are more improvements coming this year. Jérôme, do you want to talk about the specifics a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So currently the system is using ranks to matchmake players, but the ranking system is more a time-based progression system. It resets every month. So instead, we are going to use an algorithm, and this algorithm is looking only at what happened during the trial and what was the outcome of the trial. So this will help us to define player skill level, and this will help us to create a better and fairer matchmaking system. So this algorithm was already implemented in the background of the live servers, and this since several months. So it was not used for matchmaking, but just for simulations. And now we have some results, and they look good. So now we just need to polish
Is that like
the
MMR that they're
last
talking about?
details, and we'll be ready for a release this upcoming month, so this summer.
Oh,
cool. One of the things also that we like working on.
Very nice.
All of these things are really cool. But
better matchmaking in June.
Live design is something. I mean, it's such a crazy game with an ever-changing meta. Live design is always something that's gonna create a lot of talk in the community. When we redid Freddy, for instance, or the Doctor, all these things. We have a few more of these live design changes planned. Obviously, it's an ongoing
Freddy
effort.
rework was huge.
Maybe you can talk about
so much different than he used to be. So much better.
Over the past 4 years, we've put out so much content into this game, and we keep on adding more and more as every chapter releases. We just really want to make sure that everything that exists in the game right now is up to par with the new content we're continuously releasing. And how we plan on doing that is exactly like we did before, revisiting older characters, revisiting existing perks and add-ons to make sure they're still balanced, they're still interesting to play with, they're still competitive, they're fun.
Wind tunnel's back.
So really, exactly like we've shown in the past with a few specific major reworks or just updates we're putting out every update. Obviously, the maps shouldn't necessarily be left to the side for that. We've seen recently with our one of our most recent updates how the fan base reacted super positively to a major update we put out, revisiting a bunch of older maps to make sure the navigation, the palette placement, the vaulting placement, etc. Were as balanced as they can be, were as fun to play with. So we're continuously looking into improving our existing maps while we're still putting out a bunch of new ones too. Finally, the third thing we're going to look into over the next year is something that's quite similar to what we did last year when we introduced the endgame collapse, but is going to apply to the beginning of the game instead. This has been a topic that's continuously discussed in the community.
They're going to change the early start.
We also feel a lot strongly about. The beginning of the game is a moment where there are a lot of potential things to do for killers and survivors. It can be a stressful moment for some of these, for some of the roles.
Maybe they can't do a gen until a killer is actually looking at a survivor.
Experience as fun as possible for everyone involved in the game. So stay posted for more details about that one.
Wow, that's going to be huge.
Thank you very much.
That will be huge for killers like trappers.
The game is after so many years, we're now on pretty much every.
You set up like a trapper too with a trapper, and then you hear like two gens going off, and it's like, well.
We're now on Switch.
That would be huge. They would have to engage the trapper. He would have to have his glow looking at them.
Brings up a lot of questions about what are we going to do to make sure that players can play together.
The gens are locked off
platform they're playing
until
on.
There's a chase.
I think that's
and then all the perks
question.
And everything are
activated. It brings
activated.
question of cross-play, cross-friends, cross-progression. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Crossplay?
Cross-friends is one of our most asked for and requested feature, and we're really happy to say it's finally coming to the game this year. How this is going to work is that we're adding a search feature and add friends features into the existing friends list that's already available on multiple SKUs, on all SKUs. So you're going to be able to search for friends from other games and just add them directly to your friends list. And from there, you'll be able to form survivor friends or custom game parties and play with a bunch of people from a different platform directly into a public or a private game. On top of that, we're also adding crossplay. It comes with it necessarily, but crossplay is also going to be part of the base matchmaking experience. And we're hoping that by grouping.
Well, what about accounts though? Well, it won't matter now because I'll be able to use my PC.
We're going to be able to matchmake you with a much bigger player pool and thus matchmake you better against people that are closer within ranks, etc. The other added benefit that we're hoping crossplay is going to bring is that we're going to diversify the meta between different platforms. As we know, people tend to have different habits on the specific platforms, whether it's playing a certain role or playing with a certain character. And by mixing these pools together, we're going to expose and break the barriers between players and habits of different platforms.
They're going to break really
platforms
and PCs together.
The question obviously that comes in right after that is
real competition now.
Is when is that coming in? What's the timeline?
When's the timeline for that?
we want to make sure that we can provide the best player experience possible for the community. That is why we're going to release the cross-friends and cross-play features in 2 waves. So first, we are going to introduce the cross-friend features on the PC platforms, so Steam and Windows Store, because those platforms have already the crossplay enabled. And then in the second wave, we will be adding in this pool the console platforms, so PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. And at this time, all the platforms will be able to play together. So in terms of timeline, we expect to have all these platforms being available in the crossplay and the cross-run features environment before the end of this year.
Paul, awesome. That's fine. That's fine.
What about cross-progression?
Yeah, you're right. We know that the cross-play topics comes along with the cross-progression topics.
Yeah, cross-progression, that's a tough one.
Topic that we have already in our head.
Because you got to pay for the DLC and stuff.
With the partners, so we can't give much details because it depends a lot on these talks, but that's a feature that we would like to have.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, cross progression is going to be tough, but
I find super exciting.
If I keep my PS4, really cool if I can keep my PC game and like PS4 players can join up with us, that's great.
But this one is kind of dear to me. The game has been going on for about 4 years now, and some of the big updates that we've done, especially on the visuals of some of the maps and things like that, really get people excited. And obviously we've also learned a lot in how to create assets in the last 4 years of working on this. So what's coming in the next year, among other things, is a huge graphic update. And I'd like us to talk a little bit about what we're going to do with that, so that Dead by Daylight can continue to not just be relevant and be a game that people keep playing, which we keep saying we want to do, but we want to make sure that Dead by Daylight is a game that can stand proudly next to all these next-gen games that are coming in the next few years.
Yeah, so last year we updated the Larry's Memorial map, and it was pretty great. The feedback from the community was really good, and even you, Mathieu, was asking me how we managed to make this so frightening. So this year, we're going to go beyond this. We are going to update all the maps that are in the game. But that's not going to be only that. It's going to be a massive graphical update. We're going to review all the special effects, the
basement,
animation,
everything.
And we're going to add more lighting in the game so we can play more with the tension and the creepiness in the trials. We really want to deep dive into the core aspect of Dead by Daylight, which is horror. So now it's 4 years of assets that we need to review. So it's going to be a small task. That is why we're going to do it in different phases throughout the year. The goal,
these are the redone,
as you mentioned,
those are the redone hooks in Larry's,
is to
right?
stay true to the nature of Dead by Daylight, while also continuing to be the reference in horror gaming for the years to come.
Awesome. I cannot wait.
That's
just to specify this, we actually did put a full team on just that task, making sure that we can, ramp up every single asset that we've had, which there's a lot of stuff in Dead by Daylight since its inception. Now, talking about graphic update is really cool, but everybody wants to see something. Is there anything we can show them at this point? I mean, it's early on, but there must be a little something.
Yeah, we are very excited with what we have done so far. So we have some assets who are still work in progress, but of course we want to share with you what it's looking like.
Let's see. That's the... Oh, wow. The old one, look how good it looks. Oh. Jeez. All right, old shack. Wow. Look at that. That looks fucking clean. Look at these loops. Yeah, look, they're doing it Springwood. Getting a lot of work. Nice. This looks really good. Oh shit. This is outrageously delicious. Soon. The trademark soon. Beautiful. Community.
All right, let's talk about our community. For us, it means two major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content relating to the game or being inspired by the game to write music or to make outfits. It's everybody that's part of what makes Dead by Daylight this amazingly rich and passionate environment. It means groups of people who interact on every single possible social platform in person. It means people who play together. It's even the people who play by themselves
Yeah,
and
that's
never
funny. The
talk to
chat
anybody.
is in slow mode and it's still going crazy.
So it's important for us to be able to break it down and figure out exactly who is part of the community and how do we listen to them? How do we get close enough that we can actually hear what makes them happy, what makes them excited, what worries them, all of this. We need to know about that. So the other part of community for us is the community team. It's our team that we built. Obviously, this was a very small thing 4 years ago. It was pretty much just Dave and Ash and I talking to you live and trying to sift through every single forums, which we couldn't do, to today where we have a team of, I think, over than 50 people internally, some people sitting at their desks in the office, some people sitting at their desks all around the world in different countries to represent the different, pools of people around the world. And then we have, people who are halftime and people who are doing this out of the goodness of their heart. We have people that are part of the mods team, the community management team. It's a big machine, because for you, community might mean you and your friends and the people you play with, and the forums you visit, whether it's Reddit or Nico or whatever. But it's maybe 100, maybe 1,000 people that you feel are part of that Dead by Daylight community. But you should probably know that there's probably hundreds and thousands of these pools of people around the world, and each and every one of these has their culture and their desires and their worries, and all of this is something that we need to have an understanding of. And that's what our community team internally is tasked with doing. It is a daunting and quite intimidating task, but they've been doing an amazing job at it. And we're going to talk about exactly who these people are and how they do their job. Gabrielle Murphy is going to take us through that. We're also going to have Gab Malvar talk to us about the Fog Whisperers program, which is a super interesting bunch of people
that
are
Fog Whisperer
helping,
program
bring the good word of Dead by Daylight to the masses as possible. And then we're going to take a little moment to talk about all the community events and activities that we have in store for the celebrations and for this year. So here we go.
Welcome to the 4th Anniversary Community Panel. I am Not Queen, Lead Community Manager on Dead by Daylight. I'm very pleased to have you with us today in my living room. What a crazy year for Dead by Daylight. The game grew exponentially, and with it, our community blossomed. Well, blossom is a fancy term to say it got a shit ton bigger. Back in September, the addition of the Switch to our console family and the release of a chapter like
is that
Stranger
like a
Things brought a lot of
cutout of the cat?
attention to the game and a lot of new faces to our community.
So
last month only, we hit a record number of players connecting to the game, with over 1 million people playing DBD over the span of a day. But for some, the game itself isn't enough to contain all their love for Dead by Daylight. You guys want to discuss, argue, create art, breathe, and live DBD. This community lives on different platforms, social media, forums, Discord, but all of it shows the same pattern this year: growth and engagement. Just on our forum, over 80,000 discussions were created this year, and over 800,000 comments were posted on these discussions. Our official Discord channel grew to welcome over 100,000 people that play together and exchange on live chat about the game every day. But it doesn't stop there. Dead by Daylight also has an international community with dedicated community managers.
Wow, look at that.
On local platforms that most of you probably never heard of.
Think about it,
Billy
DVD's
Billy,
played
WeChat,
everywhere.
Nico.
Beautiful.
We even have a special Twitter channel for our Japan community only. Nothing could be possible without our ever-growing community team of volunteers and staff. And here's a cheesy montage to present all these people to you.
I like that remix song. It's like a bluegrass. Bing, 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 bing. I like it. Bing, 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 bing. Where's Gandhi? Yeah. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bing, bing,
Okay,
bing.
that montage was beautiful. Cheesy AF. You guys have proven over and over again how much you love the game. Here is some of the community's finest work.
Some cosplays. Oh, look! Bill! Artwork's really nice. Was that Minecraft?
Before we go see what the Fog Whisperers have prepared for us, it is now the time to reveal our winners for the community in-game
You look like a
outfit
dude
contest.
off like freaking
After last year's success, we were
like
sure we
Demon
wanted
Knight
to
or
do a
something.
redo for the 4th anniversary. And this year, you guys blew us out of the water. It was a super hard choice to make. We started by going over
the contest, the new art contests,
one by one, and ended up selecting.
Did they do a wizard outfit?
30 per role, so 30 for killers and 30 for survivors. Then our art and creative director ended up choosing our winners. Here are our final nominees.
That's cool. Oh, Legion Susie.
And drum roll.
Wow, look at that Huntress outfit. It's that Huntress outfit.
Here are our 2 winners.
Oh, wow, that Legion one?
So congratulations, out of over 1,000 entries, yours was chosen. Fog Whisperers, take it away.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle Malvar, and I'm the Influencer Manager for Dead by Daylight and Dead by Daylight Mobile.
Don't you mean DBBTSR Mobile?
Samination.
No, Trapper. I'm here to talk to you about the Fog Whisperers.
Oh, look at the time, gotta go.
The Fog Whisperers are partners of Dead by Daylight, and they create awesome content, such as live streams, YouTube videos, and animations. At every chapter, we provide them with blood points in the PTB and Oryx cells to buy cosmetics. They also receive DLCs for giveaways and content to reveal to the community.
Quiet.
The Fog Whisperers are represented by this logo, shown on streams and videos. They can also be worn in-game too, as charms on their hooks or butts. Now you might be wondering, how does one become a Fog Whisperer?
Yes, I was wondering that, but can you tell me everything all over again?
I need to hear it again.
Fog Whisperer?
I forgot.
Next scene, please. The Dead by Daylight team is always looking for killer content, so be sure to tag us and include hashtag Into the Fog.
All right.
Who knows? Maybe you'll be next to whisper in the fog.
We're whispers in the fog.
Okay, I can explain that. I can explain. I thought I was in a completely different. I can explain that. I can explain that. 3, 2, 1. See, it was all part of the plan.
I'm gonna try to get in the selfie. Hold on.
Hurry! Yeah. Actually, perfect timing.
I need to smack the son of a freaking toxic. God damn it!
Oh, she just got Myers.
If you could bait them long enough, they don't pay attention. He could get the end game.
I remember that.
Too slow.
Holy shit, this is intense.
Onward.
Oh god, what's gonna happen when they meet? I don't know.
Don't knock them down. They're both using controllers.
Oh! I'm dying. Is there someone in there, Vince? Is he in there? Yeah, I'm getting him, brother. Don't worry, I'll get him. You liar! You fucking lied to me!
He lied! He lied!
Boys, yeah! Yeah, Vince, yeah!
Oh, true.
Well, okay then.
Nice.
One up this one. We're just gonna have to. Yes! Yes! Maple, you need to go get the orb. Maple.
Oh, she's gonna get wrecked. Watch. What?
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right, it's better than yours. Oh my god! Holy shit!
Game Pro? Oh.
Please leave. Please leave. Please.
Oh. Oh, nice.
And that is how it feels to be a Fog Whisperer, always shouting yes at the top of your voice. Seriously though, congratulations to everyone in Behavior for this fantastic 4-year journey. I'm so grateful to be allowed to represent a game I love to people I adore. Congrats on 4 years, guys. You knocked it out of the park.
Cheers.
Hey guys, it's Otofu here. I just want to give a quick thank you to both my community and the Dead by Daylight team. Throughout the past 4 years, I've gotten so many awesome opportunities. I've gotten to travel to Montreal and meet the team. I've got to play in Twitch Rivals. I even got my own cosmetic in a game that I freaking love. But most importantly, I got to grow one of the most amazing, supportive, and kind communities that I could ever ask for ever. I wouldn't have been able to do any of this if it wasn't for all the people that I've met throughout the years in this community and on this game.
gotta
and I
love
just want to
DBD.
say that I appreciate it so much. Happy 4 years, guys, and here's hoping to many, many more.
Many, many more.
I want to thank my Dead by Daylight community so much for being here with me since day one. I would not be where I'm at without you. Gracias.
Howdy gamers, it's Toki.
What up guys, it's Crunchy Egg Rolls.
We want to give a huge shout out and thanks to Behavior and the entire DBD community.
And shout out to the Egg Roll Empire, Small PB Gang.
Shout out to the Burrow, you beautiful buns of the fog. We are your newest recruits to the Fog Whisperers.
Mama, we made it! Anyway, I'll be seeing y'all around. Till next time, it's peace, love, and booty!
We're heading back to the campfire. Stay safe out there in the fog.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my community, my Dragon Army. Thank you guys so much for supporting me over the past year with my Dead by Daylight content. I really appreciate it. We've had some goofy times, some crazy ones, and we've been exhausted on the ground more times than we'd like to count, but it's been great. I've had an amazing time this past year. And also thank you so much to the team at Behavior for creating this game and continuing to support it for
They
as
were
long
gonna
as
do
you
a
guys
whole
have.
like
There's been so
anniversary,
many
but I guess they
new
gotta
additions,
do
and
it
I
all
can't wait
by
to see what's next.
videos. So they probably had everybody send videos.
Yo, what is happening, guys? It is Scorpions here. I just want to say again a thank you to my community and to Behavior.
Oh yeah, I've seen
for
these plays
allowing me
before.
to
It's
be
pretty
a Fog
sick.
Whisperer.
He's
Back when I
probably one
joined
of the
Fog
best
Whisperer program,
pig,
I wasn't
pig
even
mains.
a Twitch partner, so the Fog Whisperer program allowed me to better grow my channel, to get my name out there. And at the
Who is
same
that?
time, it
That was
allowed me to give
cauliflower.
codes out to my community to give them something back as well. Anyways, guys, I'll be off. But remember, always boop the snoop.
What? Did you see that play? Yo, that was hype. Like literally.
Je suis Excel
Wow.
en français. Je tiens à remercier mon incroyable communauté.
That's right. You know what? You know what, guys? Next year, we're gonna have the Wizards. We're gonna have the Wizards of the Fog. We're gonna be the new Fog Whisperers next year. We got this, guys.
Hello, everybody. It's Paulie.
Paulie!
I just want to say what an honor it is to be
Gotta
one of your
love Paulie,
community Fog
man.
Whisperers.
He's so good,
the highlight
man.
of my year
He's such a good
has
guy.
to be our streamer charity event that you all supported,
Paulie's such a
helping us
good-
raise over $30,000.
Mm.
Thank you all for a great year in Dead by Daylight.
Wait till we get
I'm looking
Candyman
forward
in
to
the game,
next
guys.
one, and
We're
to
gonna get in
many
there next
more
year.
To come. Hats on, Tinfoil Gang.
Let's go, Paulie, yeah. Get that tinfoil. We need a tinfoil hat charm in the game.
Hey everyone, this is Zinc. I'm the creator of the Discord bot Elemental, which Dead by Daylight uses on its Discord server. I'm a software developer. I've been playing Dead by Daylight since 2016, and I really love coffee. I'd really like to say thank you to Entertainment
Really love
720
coffee.
and the whole Dead by Daylight community Discord
Cheers
for
to
being
that.
Elemental's first supporters. Also, thank you to the Dead by Daylight development team for creating a game I've spent countless hours enjoying. I look forward to seeing Dead by Daylight continue to grow, and I'll be right here alongside you guys. Happy 4-year anniversary, Dead by Daylight. I'll see you guys in the fog.
Hello nerds, my name is Nafi. I'm from Southern California. I've been playing Dead by Daylight for almost 3 years. Dead by Daylight is one of many games that
Oh,
I get
look.
bored
On
of
Wednesdays, we wear
with
pink.
all
Look
the
who's
new
saying that.
content Behavior works hard on
Pinhead.
to keep us invested.
My name is Avi. I'm also from Southern
like her
California,
shirt.
and I have been playing Dead by Daylight for 2 years. I actually found the game through watching my husband play, but I did not care for it at first because every time I watched him play, he'd be dying on hook. But eventually I played it, and now I am hooked. And I want to thank Max or Bubbers for introducing me into the DVD community, where I made a lot more friends than I could ever imagine.
My appreciation goes to Edgar Allan Poe for keeping the game fun and entertaining and making me want to play it a lot more.
And of course, thank
Thank
you,
you,
Behavior.
どうも、日本の K2 です。DFC というデッドバイデイライトの大会を開催して約3年になります。デッドバイデイライトが大好きで、自分が参加したくて始めた大会でした。多くの人に興味を持ってもらうまでしばらく時間がかかりましたが、デッドバイデイライトを通じて続けることの重要性を学ぶことができ、すごく感謝しています。そして、デッドバイデイライトのおかげで私には2つの夢ができました。
Oh, nice.
有名
Look
実
at that.
況者さんたちである夢のようなお
Tournament?
祭り的な大会を開催したい。あともう一つ、
That's awesome.
世界中の上手いプレイヤーが集まる大会を開催したい。そんな大会ができたらワクワクしませんか？ DVD ほど熱く
No
な
other
れる
game
ゲ
makes me
ーム
feel
を
as
私
excited.
は知りません。
Yeah?
これからも
DVD is the
DVD
best.
を一緒に盛り上げていきましょう。
Thank you, Gabzilla and our Fog Whisperer, for that really dynamic segment
That was
about
really
our
nice.
content creator program. For our 4th anniversary, the community team has organized contests, raffles, play sessions with devs, and more during the month of June. So the schedule will be available on the social media. Stay tuned for this. And finally, I want to thank everyone that contributed to our community this year. Stay safe. Please continue to discuss, argue, and love the game. This is why we do it. See you next year. Hopefully not in my living room.
Yeah, I'd like to see the, you know, there's a huge Japanese player base over there.
Let's talk about mobile.
Hey,
this year,
there he is.
super exciting.
Welcome
we
back.
finally launched Dead by Daylight on
Yeah,
mobile.
mobile's
It's a
actually pretty
huge
cool.
thing for
I've been
us.
playing a lot of it.
We've been hard at work on it for a long time, and it's finally in people's hands. So let's take a moment. Valentin and Julia are going to talk a little bit about what it took to get to that and what they have in store for the future.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Dead by Daylight mobile panel. I'm Valentin, associate producer on Dead by Daylight Mobile, and I'm joined by Julia. Hey Julia.
Hi Val, I'm Julia. I'm the community manager on Dead by Daylight Mobile. So we've had an amazing journey on mobile so far this year. An incredible number of people have been backing this project since we first announced it. We have had over 1 million people participating in our beta phase who stuck with us while we worked on adding content, features, and polishing the game throughout the testing phase. As of April 16th, we are officially launched in most regions around the world, with more to come later in the year. And we've already hit a landmark of nearly 3 million players.
So launch was a very exciting adventure.
This is actually it's 3.5 million.
We're currently working from home, and we were working from home for the launch. It wasn't what we expected to be launching it all from our own homes, but it was a great adventure, and it worked out really well. The launch was a huge success with a lot of players coming in, as Julia said. And for us, it was the culmination of 2 years of hard work. We started the DBD mobile team 2 years ago to bring the same PC consoles experience to mobile phones, and having it released to the world in April was a great success for us. So Dead by Daylight Mobile is that same great experience, that's very stressful and very scary, as what you can see on PC console, but on
It is pretty scary on mobile.
to bring that,
It's pretty
we
good.
had to do some adaptations specific to
Interesting.
mobile. So the controls were, of course, adapted so that we could play on touchscreens. We also made changes mostly on the UI UX side. As we all know, Dead by Daylight is a game that's played very much with sound. However, most mobile players won't have their headphones with them, or can be in very noisy areas. So we adapted it so that everything that you will usually hear, you will see graphically represented on the phone, so you can play without headphones or sound on. We also introduced the Blood Market, which is our adaptation of the Blood Web. So it's a more mobile user experience friendly version that still gives players the same great rewards. We also added a lot of mobile centric features, including a new tutorial, which is shorter and of course shows the mobile specific changes and allows players to get into the game faster. We also added exclusive
Oh my god, this
skins,
chat
daily
is
work
so
challenges, and a lot of other
going ape shit. They
features,
want
but
the new
also,
chapter trailer
the
now.
connection bots, which have been tremendously popular.
They're so
These are
demanding.
bots that take over when a player disconnects from the game, so that the people who are still there can actually finish playing.
That would
The
be
bots are
awesome
quite
if we
good
could
if
get
you,
that in
played
the
against
real
them,
version. I think
and
that might
they
actually
allow
happen.
people to actually finish their trial and the game.
Another key difference from PC and console to mobile is that mobile is free. It is completely free to download, and you do not need to pay to win. Most characters and customizations can be unlocked through playtime alone, and any other ones can be unlocked through keeping up with daily challenges and other in-game rewards. It's also a really good time to start Dead by Daylight Mobile right now. Like I said, it costs nothing to download on Google Play and the App Store. And thanks to the community hitting the stretch goal of 1 million pre-registrations, you'll also be starting off with another free character and a bunch of in-game resources as well. So we've had, like I said, we've had a lot of people install and play the game so far. So we've got some cool stats to bring to you.
Free to win on
Since
PC
launch,
though.
we've had millions of trials played. Within those trials, there have been 12 million generators fixed, 44 million killer hits, and 4.5 million survivors who have outwitted the killer and
How many
managed
died
to
though?
escape. So these
4.5
stats are
million
just from the first 2 weeks of
4.5
going live
million
globally.
survivors escaped!
There's a lot more to come, and we'd like to
Everybody
share with you some
escapes.
of the
It's so
things
hard
that
to
are
kill
headed
the
your way in the coming
killer.
months.
Yeah, so we have our roadmap established from
Everybody
June to
escape
September
in mass
this year.
exodus.
We're going to be doing releases on a monthly basis, so that you always have something new and fun to try out and
This new
fresh.
killer gonna be on mobile, I bet.
So the releases are going to be alternating between 1 month focused more on new content, and then the other focused more on quality of life and new features. So you can see that in June we have a new map coming in for people to play around with. And then in July, we're focusing on more like quality of life and improvements. Then August, we'll introduce a new killer and a new map. And then in September, we'll have a brand new feature for you to explore and play around with. All those releases also include new customizations, so you can spruce up your character.
There's a lot of really cool stuff lined up. Something else we're committed to doing with every update is spending time working on improving performance, stability, and polishing the game overall. Launch is just the beginning, so alongside new content and features, we'll be continuing to improve the game in whichever ways we can. So before we go, we want to say a huge thank you to the community who showed us so much love over the past year of beta, all the way through to our big launch in April. You have supported us in so many ways, from just enjoying the game to helping us beta test, telling your friends and family about us, creating your own unique content.
Yeah, I
with the
told my
game.
grandma.
We really could not do this without you, and we
Download
look
it on your
forward
iPad,
to
Grandma.
many exciting anniversaries to come with you in the fog.
Thanks so much for playing the game. We're really happy to have been able to release it to you to play, and we're excited to bring more.
Mobile is pretty
Dead
cool.
by
If y'all
Daylight
don't have it,
mobile
download
pretty
it and
soon.
add
See you in the
me.
fog.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll cap off with a little montage of some of the great in-game moments you've sent to us.
No? Mobile? How do you record mobile? I need to do that. That was a nice flash.
Fuck, my damn it. I fucking just bit my tongue, dude. I bit my tongue.
Yeah. Okay, I've just been told we actually can take a little moment to talk to you about what's coming next. So, let's take a step back. About 4 years ago, first licensed chapter we've ever had was Halloween. Probably one of the top legends of the horror movie world. It really legitimized us as a great reference for horror in video games. Today, we have another landmark moment where we're going to present to you a huge deal. For us, it's amazing. We've been fans of this license for a long time.
We have such sights to show you.
Let you hear what it sounds like when we bring these legendary icons into Dead by Daylight. So roll the clip.
Oh, roll the clip. Roll the clip. Oh. School? Huh. Oh. Is it Pyramid Head? No way. They brought Pyramid Head? Oh my, no way! No way! It was the 4.
Hey.
Wow.
I am super excited today to finally be able to reveal to you the next chapter of Dead by Daylight.
It's not finished.
As you've seen, we are going into a video game horror classic. We're
Expanded
going to the realm of
universe.
Silent Hill.
That's pretty big.
Silent Hill was one of the first horror game I played, and I was absolutely fascinated by it. Oh, I'm really happy to be able to work with such a fantastic license. Let's start with the map. So there's a lot of really cool locations in Silent Hill. We decided to use one of the most iconic ones. So we bring you to Midwich Elementary School. The 2-story building is filled with thematized rooms, so all the Silent Hill fans will be able to revisit a famous location. There's a music room, the chemist lab, there's the nurse office, there's all of these little secrets around. There's obviously this exterior courtyard in the middle of the map. That's a very new layout in Dead by Daylight. Even the clock tower is there. We've also filled the map with all sort of surprises and secrets for all of you fans out there. A lot of winks to the Silent Hill franchise. Survivor of the chapter is Cheryl Mason. You might know her as Heather Mason. That's how she was called as the protagonist of the Silent Tree game. Cheryl's a very interesting character. She's a powerful protagonist. She's also
this map
conflicted,
looks serious.
and she went through the ordeal of facing the Silent Hill nightmare. We learned through the Silent Hill 3 narrative that she is the reincarnation of two souls. So we really wanted to show into her perks this duality, and also her link to the dark forces of Silent Hill. So let's talk about the perks. Soul Guard gives you endurance after being healed or after recovering from the dying state. But also, if you are currently cursed, you can recover from dying by yourself. Cheryl's second perk, Blood Pact, links you to the Obsession. So if you or the Obsession are injured, you will see each other aura. As soon as one or the other is healed, you'll gain the Haste effect for a limited time. And last but not least, the third perk, for the first time, gives the power to the survivor to control a little bit the entity. Repressed Alliance allows you to call upon the entity to block generators.
What?
With this chapter and character, we also introduce a new type of cosmetic called Legendary Skins. Legendary outfits
so
are
we can't
really
use
cool.
Pop Goes the Weasel.
Are not just an outfit.
What?
They actually completely change the character you're controlling. So for example, the first legendary skin that's going to appear in this chapter is Lisa Garland. So you'll be able to take Cheryl Mason and transform into Lisa. The killer of the chapter is none other than Pyramided, and he comes to Dead by Daylight with the name The Executioner. And I just want to add something here. The Pyramided that's coming to DBD is the classic Pyramided from Silent Hill 2, straight from the tormented mind of James Sunderland. Pyramided's power roots itself in the dark forces of Silent Hill. So first of all, obviously you have this big, giant knife that you're wielding. And with it, you have a special attack. The special attack is a range attack that goes even through collision.
Goes through collision!
Where it gets really interesting is that Pyramided can plant his knife in the ground and draw trenches around the map. These trenches, when the survivor goes through them, will make them tormented. So tormented is a killer effect that at first seems like it's not doing anything. But if you're suffering from the tormented killer effect and you're in the dying state, that's where it gets really interesting. So Pyramided can, instead of grabbing you and bringing you to a hook, he can decide to call upon the forces of Silent Hill, which will grab the survivor and send him directly to a cage of atonement. The cage is similar to a hook in mechanics. The survivor gets stuck in there, he can get saved by others, and he will go through 3 phases as well until he is sacrificed, just like on the hook. The thing though is that Pyramided saves a lot of time. All the grab, the transporting, and the hooking, that's done automatically. When the survivors are ripe for a sacrifice, if they're caught in the tormented killer effect and in the dying state, Pyramided will be able to call upon the final judgment on them. That's a way of saying that they can kill them instantly. It's like a mini Mori. Now let's talk a little bit about
mini Mori?
They bring new tools for deception. The first perk, Force Penance, will give the Oblivious status effect to a survivor that protects another survivor from a hit. The Pyramided's second perk, Trail of Torment, will make him undetectable when he breaks a gen. We'll also highlight this gen in a yellow aura for the survivors.
Okay.
And the last perk, Deadbound, will link a healer to a healed survivor. If they run too far from each other, they'll suffer from the Oblivious status effect. So that's it. That's the Silent Hill chapter. Again, we're super happy and proud to have had the chance to work with such a fantastic franchise. Personally, I'm a huge fan. I'm super stoked to see all the stories that's going to happen with these characters. I'm glad that Pyramided and Cheryl have a new life into our universe. What's also super exciting is that the PTB with the Silent Hill chapter will be available right now. So you'll be able to download it and try it for yourself. And it's going to be released also very soon. As a last message, I would like to say to everyone, to all of you fantastic community, happy 4th anniversary. thank you for all your support, all the ideas, all the
Thanks, Dave.
meaningful discussion that we have online with all of you. You've been fantastic, and I'm gonna raise my glass to several more years. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, thank you, Dave. How awesome is that? Okay,
Freaking
so
Silent Hill.
okay,
I
listen
can't.
to me. I'm
I'm
gonna
still
say this. If you
processing.
want to play Silent Hill in Dead by Daylight, if you're on PC right now, the PTB is happening now. You can go press the button and play Silent Hill.
I'm gonna go
in
do
Dead
it
by Daylight.
I will. I promise.
Now, for everybody else or the people who don't like the PTB, you can wait until the full release, which is going to be about 3 weeks from now. We'll give more details as things come along.
All
but
right,
if
mid-June.
you are eager to get your hands on the Silent Hill chapter of Dead by Daylight, PTB right now. Now I have to take a second, step back and give a huge thank you, a big shout out to everybody who makes this happen. So that's everybody on the team, whether it's the programmers, the artists, the designers, the community management team, the marketing people who make sure that you know about this, the PR, the people who are doing the video editing, the capture, the people who are doing all our data analysis. Every single person that's involved in this project, from close or from far, thank you so very much for the amazing work that you do every single day. It's really appreciated. I think that we can all agree that this is a special team full of crazy passionate people, so thank you. And then a huge thank you on top of that to you out there, every player out there, everyone that is part of what makes Dead by Daylight such a vibrant and exciting community to play in all the time.
You know, I kind of thought maybe not Pinhead because, like,
thank you for
he's a
being
vocal killer, so like,
constructive and
you know,
positive
I
and
don't know
being
Doug Bradley to
supportive of
be,
what we do.
you know,
And,
like
thank
really
you for
vocal.
following us in this
But I know
sort of
Tony
crazy
Todd has
ride that
been
we
for
are
Candyman,
on.
so
We are so humbled.
I do think
and
Candyman's
excited
coming to the game.
Celebrate
Like,
our
I still
4th year
believe that.
anniversary with you today, and we are eager to celebrate a few more in the coming years.
Yeah, I like that. Crazy Silent Hill, Konami Digital Entertainment. Is that it? That's it?